Hey guys, this is Tabiasobi, and today we're going to go through every single new monster through Master Rank 99 in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. That's right, every single one. At least every single one we've found. So first off, I'd like to say thank you to my coworker, aka Munishiro, for verifying the higher level Guiding Lands info for me, as well as the Master Rank 99 unlock, since my scrub self only managed to reach Master Rank 70 prior to release. I believe it was actually the first person to reach Master Rank 99, at least on the PlayStation 4. Just a reminder, this video will contain spoilers by virtue of revealing which monsters show up and when, so raise both hands and back out now if you're having second thoughts about spoiling yourself. After all, one of the best parts about getting a review copy was actually getting surprised by the monsters that showed up as I played the game, so I don't want to rob anyone of that surprise if they want to experience it. Otherwise, if you're raring to be spoiled, then keep watching. Now onward to the monster list. Numero uno is Otis. This icy monster is the first monster you're going to meet in Iceborne, and it shows up automatically. Such, all you need to do to unlock it is breathe. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. There, Otis is now unlocked. Next up, Banbaro. Banbaro shows up after you beat Otis, so it's the second monster that you'll run into. You'll need to do an investigation into Hardfrost Reach in order to have Banbaro tap into its inner Kool-Aid Man and burst into the scene. Voila! You can now fight the love child of Durambros and Bugs Bunny. Up next, Viper Tobikadachi. Ah yes, the monster that was responsible for my first ever cart during the Capcom media preview in San Francisco. This time, however, I came prepared with 100% paralysis and poison resistance. That turned this subspecies fight into a cakewalk. Thank you, preparation. H. Not sure why, but I always want to say H when I hear preparation. You can unlock Viper Tobikadachi by doing an expedition after your Banbaro hunt. Beat it, and you will unlock Master Rank 2. Next up, Nightshade Paolumu. It's just a Paolumu with a different color, they said. Don't lose any sleep over it, they said. Well, this guy definitely put me to sleep during the aforementioned media session, resulting in my second and last cart of the event. Yeah, I didn't cart against Barrioth, but I did against this guy. Go figure. Now the No Time for Naps Paolumu assigned quest unlocks after you successfully hunt Viper Tobikadachi. You can bring energy drinks to counter its sleep clouds, but I recommend just gemming in 100% sleep resistance via pep jewels. That makes this hunt laughably easy. Up next, Coral Puki. I remember chuckling the first time I saw this guy at the Coral Highlands. Then my teammates started flying left and right as a cool and crisp bevy of water attacks proceeded to spray them to oblivion. On the plus side, I'm sure it was refreshing. The Coral Puki Play Both Ends assigned quests unlocks the same time as the Nightshade Paolumu quest. Yeah, so you can pick between getting put to sleep or getting rudely awakened by a hydro pump to the face. Our next monster is Barrioth. I love Barrioth. It's definitely one of my favorite monsters in the series. Needless to say, I was quite stoked to see it return, and with worlds much improved graphics to boot. The monster certainly looks impressive. By the way, Barrioth's Blizzard Blitz assigned quest unlocks after you beat both Nightshade Paolumu and Coral Puki. Just make sure to break those creamsicle fangs for additional rewards. Successfully hunting Barrioth also gets you to Master Rank 3. He's a good kitty. Next up is Barrioth's pantherific cousin, Nargacuga. Nargacuga is another one of my favorite monsters in the Monster Hunter series, not just because it looks freaking cool, but also because its weapons and armor tend to be pretty good. Speaking of its armor, it's arguably the best all-purpose mid-game set in Iceborne, thanks to its Nargacuga Essence bonus if you equip 3 pieces. This grants you True Razor Sharp for Blade Masters and Spare Shot for Gunners. So if you do melee and ranged, and just want one armor that you could use for both, without having to do too much work, then this is the set for you. To unlock Nargacuga's Ever-Present Shadow assigned quest, you will need to do an investigation after beating Barrioth. Next up, Glavenus. That's right, Blady Boy is back and bigger than ever. And while you never bring a knife to a gunfight, Glavenus sports the kind of knife that'll make even Crocodile Dundee proud. Also, Glavenus assigned quest, the Scorching Blade, unlocks the same time that Nargacuga does. so make sure to grit those teeth while sliding a biscotti between them to really get in the mood for this fight. Up next after Glavenus is TRex. Ah yes, TRex. The monster that made me learn how to use the greatsword. The rambunctious flying wyvern returns with its trademark temper, not to mention the mad drifting skills it honed from the twisting roads of Akina Pass and Mount Haruna. TRex's Master Rank 3 assigned quest, Absolute Power, is unlocked after successfully hunting Nargacuga and Glavenus, and also finding the required Velcana tracks. Next up, Brachydios, aka Brachydios Mio. That's right, slimy Mike Tyson shows up to lick its gloves in the assigned quest Smashing Cross Counter. This mission becomes available at the same time as TRex's, so it's yet another twofer as far as unlocks go. While it won't bite your ears off, it just might eat your children. You can make your life easier by equipping max Blast Blight resistance. Next up, Shrieking Lianja. This chillier, more historical Lianja variant becomes available after you do the Master Rank 3 Velcana Repel mission called A Tale of Ice and Fire. That sounds familiar. Shame, shame. Anyway, you will need to head to Horfrost Reach on an expedition after that, and then trigger a cutscene around Area 7. By the way, normal Lianja especially loves to crash this party, so make sure to bring some dung pods just in case. Finishing this hunt also successfully unlocks Master Rank 4. Next up, Vulgar Engine. Anjanath's more electrifying cousin zaps into the scene after you take care of the Shrieking Lianja. This allows you to take on the assigned quest, the Thunderous Troublemaker, to protect an incoming shipping convoy from Astera. Just like regular Anjanath, hitting this subspecies monster's head with a strong blow while it's lunging at times will send it toppling backwards like a knockout punch. It's also one of the reasons why I love to hunt it. Next up is Acidic Glavenus. Yep, that scream you hear, that's Harvey Dent running out of a Gotham corp. Acidic Glavenus drops the fire-breathing hijinks of the original and opts to go the corrosive acid route for a shinier silvery honed blade. Monster Hunter devs say that the subspecies is actually based more on the longsword, whereas the original is based on a greatsword. The assigned quest, the Disintegrating Blade, unlocks at Rotten Vale after you take down Vulgar Engine. Up next is another subspecies, Ebony Odogaron. Who's a good boy? Definitely not this guy. Ebony Odogaron comes with a darker, more sinister look, as well as the ability to use Dragon Element. All it needs is 2 more heads, and it would definitely look like it came straight out of hell. Its mission, Bad Friends, Great Enemies, is unlocked at the same time as the Acidic Glavenus quest, requiring a trip for you back to the Coral Highlands in order to face it. Don't forget to pack some Astera Jerky if you don't have 100% bleed resistance in your armor. Up next, Velcana. The full hunt for Iceborne's flagship monster is finally unlocked after polishing off Acidic Glavenus and Ebony Odogaron, as well as a quick date with the Dragon Razor. Once you successfully repel it for yet another time, you will unlock the assigned quest, the Iceborne Wyvern. This will open up a new area in Horfrost Reach, where you can finally go toe-to-toe with the Elder Dragon for real. Taking down Velcana also unlocks Master Rank 5. Next up is Seething Basil Juice, aka this guy. If you thought normal Basil Juice was an explosive pain, just wait till you get a load of this guy, while helping other people finish this game during the review period. This was actually one of the monsters, well, this was the only monster I think that we ended up failing a mission while I was helping other people. One reason is because this variant doubles down on its predecessor's love for explosions by serving up even bigger ones, like deadly pieces of purple candy corn. What really makes this hunt tougher than it normally should be, however, are the monsters that love to show up while you're fighting the guy. These include Brachydios and one specially notable monster, which I will be mentioning next. Seething Basil, by the way, shows up when you do an expedition at Elder's Recess after taking down Velcana. Yeah, so who's this other monster I was talking about? That would be Savage Deviljho. Yep, he's back! This guy starts showing up randomly in your missions after you beat Velcana. At least that's when I noticed that it started showing up for me. This included almost every Seething Basil Juice key quest that I've helped others with. It even showed up a few times when I tried to hunt Velcana by myself, including one of the fastest Velcana hunts I've ever done, because Deviljho, or Savage Joe, damaged the Elder Dragon that much. Seriously, I just watched a corner while eating some popcorn. This is also the first and only monster so far that has ever made me fail a solo mission from too much carting. Not even the last boss did that. See, during my first Savage Deviljho investigation, I technically quintuple carted because I had feline insurance and Vigor Wasp Resurrection. I mean, normally Deviljho is pretty easy with the lance, but Savage Deviljho just spreads this toxic dragon smoke that just explodes and does a number on you. I eventually took it down with a light bowgun of all weapons. Like I said, just watch out for that explosive dragon smoke, because that move was responsible for like 99.999% of my feints. At least when I'm facing this guy. Next up is Blackveil Valhazak. Oh my gosh, I'm already getting flashbacks. See, the first time I hunted this monster, I decided not to gem in miasma jewels or use a clear mine charm. I figured, meh, it's an ancient forest, so there's no miasma. Plus, it's probably a subspecies with different traits, so it can't be that bad. Talk about famous last words. What followed was the most miserable, toxic, and excruciating hunt I've ever had, not just in an Iceborne, but every Monster Hunter game I've ever played. See, Blackveil Valhazak is not a subspecies, it's a variant. That means it has the same traits as the original, but turns it up to 11. Maybe even 12 for this guy. For Blackveil Valhazak, that meant miasma up the wazoo, and I spent a good portion of the fight in half health while coughing up like a chain smoker. I eventually took it down, but it took me 47 minutes. That's right, 47 minutes. Let's not do that again. Anyway, the pain unlocks after you pick up enough Elder Dragon tracks after the Seething Basil Juice mission. Its mission, by the way, is called Under the Veil of Death, and never has a mission name been so fitting. Man, what a pain. Seriously, it's a pain, this guy. Then we have Namiel, the new Water Elder Dragon. Now this mission was such a welcome change after that cancerous Blackveil Valhazak hunt. Fighting Namiel is easily one of the most fun hunts in the game, providing a nice amount of challenge without feeling cheap. It also brings some fun water mechanics to deal with during the fight, which makes it feel unique compared to other monster hunts. Once again, you will need to find Elder Dragon tracks to unlock it, after which the Coral Highlands assigned quest, A Light from the Abyss, will show up. Next up, Shara Ishvalda. That's right, say hello to the final boss of the Iceborne campaign, this guy. The monster behind the old Everworm comes in two forms. The first is a chunkier version where the monster wears a mantle of rocks. Yes, this monster is actually wearing a mantle. Sort of. I mean, that's technically correct. Which, as you guys know, is the best kind of correct. Its true form, meanwhile, is more sleek and comes with a wide range of hard-hitting moves. Since this is a two-stage monster, breaking all parts for the second form can be tough, as it usually goes down before you can break everything. As such, I recommend focusing on the part that you really want to break first. I recommend the head for those special tender plates, I believe, especially if you trigger a full break. First up is everybody's favorite good boy, Zinogre. Who's a good boy? I mean, the moment I saw those Vulgar bugs flying around during the in-game cinematic, I just about lost my mind. Zinogre looks so good in Iceborne, and fighting the monster is a hoot as well. And yes, you can still catch Vulgar bugs off its back, like in the old games. Just make sure you equip the capture net and fire away. Zinogre is unlocked after you finish the game, and starts to regularly appear at the Guiding Lands once you level up the forest region to level 3. Hot on the heels of Zinogre is Yangaruga. That's right, everyone's favorite crazy birdie unlocks shortly after Zinogre in the Guiding Lands as well. In my case, it was around rank 39. At a certain point, you'll get an assigned quest known as the Return of the Crazy One, which will then task you with hunting a Yangaruga. If you think this is just a more cool-looking Yankutku, by the way, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Just ask Deviljho, who got a nice tail smack in their opening cinematic. By the way, Yangaruga feels even faster than before, especially when it's enraged. A lot of its body parts also start out hard, so make sure your weapon sharpness is up to par. On that note, the head remains a great spot to hit without fear of bouncing. Like Zinogre, this monster starts to appear when you level up the Guiding Lands Forest region to level 3. Up next is Gold Raytheon. Yep, Goldfinger's monster of choice makes a return to Iceborne, complete with its flashy golden skin. The Queen of Wraithians, or Wrathians, is another guided islands unlock, and starts showing up at the Wildspire Waste region once you get it up to level 6. This will require you to do some grinding, however, as you're only able to make your Guiding Lands regions reach level 6 after you get to Master Rank 69. So yeah, prepare to grind for it. Of course, every Monster Hunter veteran knows that you can't have gold without silver. That means Silver Rathalos is here as well, as another Guiding Lands unlock after Master Rank 69. This time, you're required to bump up your Coral region in the special endgame island to level 6. This monster also makes me happy that I know how to use bowguns and Insectglaive, given its propensity for staying airborne. Oh my gosh. Talk about reaching for the stars. It also has one of the best armor sets in the game as far as skills go. So make sure to check out my armor preview for more on that. Next is another Guiding Lands unlock, Brute TRex. By the way, was regular TRex not quite as tough as you remember? Well, don't worry. Its even more ornery and roar-happy relative is also making a return in Iceborne to bring an extra splash of excitement to your previously dull and boring life. All I can say is run, don't walk away. And whatever happens, don't look behind you. Brute TRex is unlocked after you bring the Guiding Lands Rotten Vale region to level 6. Yeah, I'm sure you're noticing a pattern here. Up next is Scarred Garuga. Yeah, just when you get that Yangaruga hunt down pat, well, hold your horses as a new challenger appears in the form of Scarred Garuga. Think of it as a meaner, less handsome Yangaruga. Deadeye, is that you? We've yet to see a non-tempered version of Scarred Garuga in this game, and the monster is unlocked once you get Guiding Lands Forest region up to level 6. Unfortunately, unlike the other monsters such as Gold Wraithian and Silver Rathalos, this monster doesn't seem to come with its own unique armor set. It's a shame, but at least the normal Garuga set is actually pretty solid. Last but not least is Ruiner Nergigante. Yep, Monster Hunter World's problem child returns to ruin everything as the new variant Ruiner Nergigante. As its name implies, this is a souped-up Nergigante with a new trick or two up its spiky sleeve, including bleed status. You actually get a sneak peek of this Elder Dragon right before you fight the final boss, but you don't fully unlock the hunt with this monster until you make your Guiding Lands reach level 7, which is not possible unless you reach Master Rank 99. I actually found Arc-Tempered Nergigante more difficult than Ruiner Nergigante for some reason, so if you fought a lot of Tempered and Arc-Tempered Nergigante, then Ruiner shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, there you have it, every new monster unlocked through Master Rank 99. Once again, I'd like to say thank you to my coworker and partner in crime, Winishiro, for confirming all of the Guiding Land stuff from level 6 and up. Now, it's also quite possible that there might be a monster we might have missed, since you never know if one of them requires some non-obvious unlock requirement. If that ends up being the case, I'll make sure to post an updated article and video. As always, feel free to leave any thoughts or questions you may have in the comments section. Once again, this is Tabi Sabi, and thank you for watching.